Now this video is going to be more of a masterclass about how to film your content, because you don't just film content for Instagram. There are specific things that you have to prioritize and be aware of when you're filming your content or editing your content. And I want to make sure that you go into this well prepared so you know exactly how and what to film so that your content is optimized to perform well on Instagram. This goes for both talking heads and B-roll videos. So without further ado, let's just dive in because we have a lot to go over. Before we start, I want to make sure that you have the right iPhone settings so that you can film high quality content on the go. And I want you to open your settings right now and go to camera, and then you're going to click on record video and make sure that the settings are set to 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. You might wonder why not 4K? Well, that's because 4K, although it's a better quality, Instagram compresses it when it's uploaded to the algorithm, so you're gonna get 1080p anyways, and it's much better for your storage, so you can film as much as you want without having these big files in your camera roll. Next up, scroll down within that setting of record video and toggle off HDR video / high efficiency. This is some weird light that your iPhone automatically adds when you're filming, but it just looks a little off and unnatural, and I feel like the quality of the content actually goes down when you have this setting turned on. So turn that off, and then let's go to the next one. Go back to the camera settings and scroll down, turn on grid, level, and mirror front camera, because all these settings will help you film content straight and properly. Because if you then open your camera, you're gonna see that you have this grid, but also this little line that tells you when your content or your phone is not exactly straight. So whenever you're filming something or someone's filming something of you and the horizon is super crooked, well then, that is going to be hard to crop during editing. So it's best to just get the shot right as you're filming. Now, before we dive into the next part, I want to make a very clear explanation so you understand what I'm talking about. There's actually two types of content. It's called talking head videos, also known as A-roll or B-roll videos. And talking head videos like this is when you're just talking to the camera. It's just you and me and we're having a conversation. B-roll videos is videos where no one's speaking, but it's a video of someone doing something. Or it could just be a faceless video as well, but it's not like someone's talking to the camera. So now let's talk about what camera to use for what situation. I would highly recommend to use your front camera, so this one, for filming talking head videos. This way you can see yourself on the screen and you can see if there's enough space for optionally like a hook above your head, or captions here, like around your collarbones. This helps you understand, like, hey, if I put captions here, can people actually read them? Because the shirt that I'm wearing is quite, not chaotic, but it just has a lot of details and it can be distracting from the captions if I just put text here. I can even give you an example right now to show you what it looks like. This instantly makes the video harder to consume. Whereas if I would be wearing a black shirt with nothing else, it would be much easier. Something very important when you're filming content with your front camera is never, ever, ever look at yourself. People are going to feel that, they're going to see that. It's like I'm talking to you and I'm just not even looking at your face. It feels like I'm looking at your boobs, right? It's very uncomfortable. You probably would want to keep scrolling because you don't want to be in a situation where someone just talks to you and look at your boobs. So look into the camera, even though that feels awkward. You'll get used to it. It's a skill you have to train. And this is actually where the connection is. It isn't here, it's there. You're here with your clients. So for talking head videos, long story short, film with your front camera, look in the camera, and make sure that there's enough space above your head and that the captions that you could put here are easy to read. Now, when it comes to filming B-rolls, for example, for vlogs or talking head videos or B-roll videos just to post, you want to use your one back camera. So that means you open your phone, go to video, and you make sure that you're filming with the 1x. This feels the most real. It just feels for the viewer like they're actually in that situation with you. If I'm going to be using a crazy wide camera, I'm going to subconsciously know that I'm watching content. And we know that when we're scrolling on Instagram, that we want it to feel real and authentic, and filming in the 1x camera instantly just creates that realistic feeling. However, I am obsessed with the 3x camera because with my phone, I have an iPhone 13 Pro. It has just way better quality, and whenever I'm filming sunsets or shots of art pieces or something that's truly very aesthetic, like my teacup right here, I would use 3x camera just because the quality is amazing. But now that I say that out loud, I realize it's only for like faceless things, and for B-roll where I'm in it, I'm always using the 1x camera just because that feels real. Last but not least, and I get this question a lot, is how do I film this wide angle shot video like this? You just have to go through your camera, go to video, and click on the 0.5x. This opens a wide angle lens, or like activates the wide angle lens, and all you have to do is hit record, you have your phone in your hand like this, and then you turn it so that you're filming with the back camera. It feels unnatural because no one films like this, but for this video, I actually need you to, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna flick your wrist and hold it like this. I would actually suggest putting your hand lower so that you don't really see your wrist, and just holding the phone like that. And then you walk around or you turn around, you show your surroundings, and this creates a really cute video. So now that you have the right settings for your camera and you know how to film, we're gonna go to the next part of what not to do and what to do when filming your content. Let's start with the don'ts because I have so much to say about this, but there's actually things you should not do when you're filming your content. Number one, and I'm gonna give you an example for each of these things, is you shouldn't film a talking head video or a B-roll video, neither of those things, where there's no space for the hook. In all the content that I film with my clients, I make sure that there's enough of blank space that a hook can easily fit above my client's head. This way, the hook can actually hook, has a lot of space to breathe, and it just looks like a more aesthetic video. Because the moment that you have a hook that overlaps with either your face or with something else in the shot, the hook becomes harder to read, it creates friction, and people continue scrolling. So if you want to film scroll stopping content, you actually have to make sure that there's a lot of space and that the background is blank so that the hook actually pops and the hook can hook. That's the most important part. Number two, and I actually mentioned this before in this video, is if you have a shirt with a lot of crazy patterns and then you put your captions over it, the captions become hard to read, creating friction in the brain again and again, people keep scrolling. So to film a scroll stopping talking head or B-roll video, I would wear a shirt that is a little bit more neutral so that it feels easier to read the caption. You have to remember that I think 70% of people who scroll on Instagram are watching content with their sound off. So captions are key, but make sure they're easy to read because the moment there's friction, people leave. And last but not least, for what not to do when you're filming your content is just stare into the camera for 10 seconds. You would feel so awkward if you're scrolling on Instagram and you see a video with the hook above it, like it's a B-roll shot, and it's just someone sorry. It's just, I have anxiety. So like when someone stares at me, I'm already like, no, I want to leave. I want to go home. Do not do that because it just feels awkward. And just like you and me would have coffee and I would just stare at you and not say anything, like you'd probably think like, I want to go home. I've had enough. I want to be at my house. That just feels super awkward and unnatural, and there's nothing happening that keeps the video engaging. So make sure that you're smiling or changing your posture or doing something to make it feel natural. Okay, so now that you know what not to do, let's get into what to do so that you know how to film scroll stopping content on repeats. Number one, and this is a hard rule, is whenever you're filming B-roll content, make sure that the video is at least 10 seconds long, because nothing is more annoying than having the perfect shot, but it's only 2 seconds long, which is way too short for a reel, and then you can't use it for social media. Number two, and this is much more of an advice than a hard rule, but whenever I film my content, I want to make sure that my videos are at least 30 seconds long. There's a big advantage to this because I can cut like multiple clips out of this single clip, or I can turn this video and make it a quick cut video. So that's like a much more fast-paced video that typically performs well on Instagram. Then I can take those shots, put the same hook over the different shots, and test which one performs well, giving me more data to fuel my content strategy later. Number three, and I already gave it away in the last one, but whenever you film, always make sure that at all times there's movement on the screen or there isn't a lot of time between movement. So that means when you're filming B-roll content, make sure that when you sit down on a couch, you're maybe doing something with your hair, or you're looking a specific way, or you're taking your coffee cup and taking a sip, putting it back on the table. Videos where nothing is going on makes people lose interest and makes them want to keep scrolling. So you want to make sure that at all times during filming, you're always doing something. And if you want to know what that looks like, I've actually added a link under this video where you can see 14 B-roll examples that I filmed for you. So now that you know the do's and don'ts of filming your content, let's talk about what to pay attention to when you're actually editing your content. You have to remember that the moment you have filmed your content and you're uploading it to Instagram, Instagram will actually cut off much more of your reel than you think, because if your reel shows up on the For You page, or on the feed, I mean, this part is gonna get cut off. And this part is going to get cut off. So only this is visible. If your reel shows up in the Reels tab, you have the like, comment section, and the repost button, and then the settings, and then this is your profile picture with your name, and then this is where the caption will go. So this will get cut off. So that leaves you with much less space than you think. It's very important that you make the most out of this part that you do have. That means that your background, as I said in the video, should be blank, and there should be plenty of space for the hook to hook, right? That's the most important part. Then, and there's something that people underestimate, is where your head should be. I highly suggest that your head is actually right under, I'm not good at drawing, but I'm gonna show you the idea. Right under the hook. And then this is about your body, and then the caption should go here. Okay, so this feels easy to consume. Like your attention is instantly going to this. Let's say your captions are here, and this is just your shirt. My attention is so, like, it's much more, how do you say this? Pulled apart. Like this is screaming at me, this is screaming at me, and then this is screaming at me, because these three things are meant to hook me. But if there's too much going on different parts of the screen, my attention will instantly, in the first second of your video, will be divided, and the hook won't be able to hook. So bring the captions up here, make it all very focused in one place, so that my attention is instantly drawn to this part, the hook can hook, and I can actually have a little, like, more extra seconds to see, do I want to keep watching this video? And even those extra seconds will do a lot for your reach. So make sure your caption goes here, hook goes here, and your face isn't too far. Okay, back to the studio. One last thing, and I know that this video is so ADHD, like I feel like I'm just brain dumping everything on you. But there's one more thing that I truly strongly want to advise you in filming your content. The moment that you have your content filmed, actually go and sit down for 30 minutes and cut up all your videos into ready to post clips. Then add all those clips to an album in your iPhone, so that the next time you're editing, you just have to pull your ready to post content from this one album, and it takes you 0 time in editing. This saves you a lot of frustration and a lot of time, so I would definitely highly advise you to do this. That's it. I think you're ready to film, and if you don't know what to film, I have an extra resource below this video, so go to the film list. It has 14 B-roll shots to film right now, so that you have 2 weeks worth of B-roll content. Good luck.